In honor of the July 4th weekend on Donald J. Trump, the emperor with no clothes, who covers his nakedness with quack proclamations and rash directives that threaten to alienate that great country from friends and sap its ability to deter adversaries. As we heard from experts earlier in the program, his order to create a new military service for space dominance is provocative, counterproductive, and unlikely to happen given objections and the small detail of a 50-year-old treaty banning any nation from asserting sovereignty in space. In typical Trumpian fashion, he ignored advice from his defense secretary and rushed to the cameras before having a real plan in hand or even an assessment of how long it could take, how much it would cost, or how in the end it would differ from the bureaucracies and capabilities that already exist in the U.S. Air Force and in NASA. Then there's North Korea, which the president says no longer poses a nuclear threat, despite new intelligence reports of multiple secret sites where Pyongyang is increasing its capacity to fuel nuclear weapons. Again, against the advice of his own professionals, Trump rushed into the limelight of last month's summit without a plan. And after just 4 hours with Kim Jong-un, he shocked South Korean allies by unilaterally canceling a highly symbolic war game and musing publicly that he wanted to bring home all those U.S. troops deployed in the South. And what about that big, beautiful wall that Trump promised to build at Mexico's expense, or that long-promised deal of the century to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, or Trump's claims that the U.S.-led coalition has, and I quote, absolutely obliterated ISIS in Iraq and Syria? With that so-called horrible, rotten deal between world powers and Iran, Trump, in all fairness, took his time and consulted with allies before deciding to walk away. Yet 2 months on, he still doesn't have a plan for getting those same friends and allies whose counsel he ignored to drive their Iranian oil imports down to zero in a few months' time. This week, the president heads to Brussels for a NATO summit where allied leaders are anxious about which Trump they'll meet. Will he be the schoolyard bully bent on shaming them into spending more on defense? Or the statesman Trump has occasionally proven he could be when he listens to advisors and sticks to the script? Then it's off to Helsinki, where Trump will meet with Vladimir Putin, and there, the shrewd Russian leader will be sure to compliment the American emperor on his finely tailored suit of non-existent clothes.